Remember that time that this summer Kevin Durant was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave the Thunder and go to the Warriors, and everybody loved it? Just kidding, everybody hated it except for those bandwagon Warriors fans. So we're gonna fix that right now. We're gonna say that at the start of this NBA season, Kevin Durant had a change of plans, went back to the Thunder, and he and Russell Westbrook teamed back up and tried to dominate the NBA. And if you guys want to see more of these, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know you're enjoying this. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more as well, because I have plenty more of these coming to you guys soon. So here's our roster right now. Nothing's really changed except for Kevin Durant was released from the Warriors. Now he's on the Thunder. Things are looking good with him and Westbrook paired back up. But you know what? We need to add a little bit of crazy to this team. There's too much stability. Russell Westbrook's crazy, I know, but we need some crazy on this team. And by crazy, I mean Lance Stephenson. When we get into the playoffs and we have a 3-1 lead, I want to make sure we secure it and we don't lose. We need somebody crazy like Lance Stephenson to get the other team's best player off their A game. So Lance Stephenson, we're going to sign you right now. To get Lance Stephenson, we're going to release Ronnie Price because, to be honest, this dude, he's never going to play. I'm just going to be honest. He's never going to play. And officially, we're going to sign Lance Stephenson to a 1-year, $2.28 million deal, and he's going to bring a whole lot of crazy to this franchise. Okay, so now that we have our squad, let's see how we're doing in the first 2 weeks. I just want to see, let's go to November 12th. Let's just see how the squad does. We beat the 76ers, so that's a good sign. We're also off to a pretty good look. They want to give us Tyreek Evans? No, I'm not getting rid of Oladipo right now. We get our first loss to the Timberwolves there. A good young team, I can see. But look at this. So far, so good. We're 8-1 in our first 9 games. Second in the conference. How? I don't understand. So let's finish November. Let's see how strong this team can do. Rudy Gobert for Steven Adams. I don't want to give up Sabonis though, so we're going to make sure we decline this trade. Rudy Gobert would be interesting on this team though. So far, so good. This team is dominating. We lose to the Lakers. We lose to the Kings. Really? Is that a thing? How does that happen? But 13-5 in our first month. That's pretty good. So now let's see what we can do in December. The W's are literally just flowing right now. We beat the Rockets. That's a tough team. The Celtics can't beat us. The Trailblazers, though, kind of blow us out. That's embarrassing. So we have another trade offer here. Kelly Olynyk and Gerald Green for Steven Adams and Huestis. I'm going to decline that one as well. I don't like that. I like Steven Adams way too much to trade away him right now. But how good is this team? Through December, we're 26-8. We are the best team in the Western Conference. Let's see how we stack up against everybody else, though. So by conference, we're a couple of games better than the San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors, though, that's a team that we want to make sure we're better than. They can't hold a candle to us. On the Eastern Conference, the Cavs, of course, are your best team. The Pistons, though, are surprising me. At 21-14, they might be a problem. Look at this. Steph Curry, of course, putting up all the shots he wants because he doesn't have Durant now, so he can put up as many shots as he wants. Draymond's really not going to fight for those. Neither is Klay Thompson. But Kyrie's leading the league, or second in the league in scoring. Durant is third, though, with 26.4. 7 rebounds, 7 assists per game, 2 steals and a block and a half. Those are MVP-like numbers. But our boy Westbrook is down here with 23.5. Nearly a double-double at 9.9. I feel like they'll round up and give it to him, though. If you look at our team stats, we're in a little bit of trouble here. I'm glad that I picked up Lance Stephenson because our boy Victor Oladipo is out with a broken leg. But we just got you. How can you break your leg on us? So he's out for 1 to 2 more weeks. Ilyasova is kind of 1 to 2 more weeks day to day probably at this point. So Lance Stephenson is probably getting more playing time than he imagined he would get, but he's doing pretty solid at 7 points per game. Can't be too bad. 3 assists per game for Lance Stephenson. That's probably a career high for that dude. Now we're going to send him into February and see how the squad is holding up. Things have been good so far. We're getting wins against talented teams. The Rockets again are a team that I really want to make sure we beat. We haven't lost at all in the new year. Are we going to ever lose again? We lose to the Kings. Of all teams, we lose to the Kings. Now the Kings, speaking of them, they want to give us Rudy Gay and Matt Barnes for Oladipo and Kanter. Again, that's a garbage deal. I'm not doing it. The Kings are a horrible franchise. I'm sorry if you're a Kings fan, but it's going to be bad for a long time. But look at this. We haven't even lost double-digit games so far. We beat the Mavericks. We go to the Cavs, and we beat the Cavs. That's a huge game right there. We lose to the Spurs and the Bulls. Another trade comes through. I don't want any business of this one. February is looking not too good so far. So far in February, or the last couple of games, we're 0-3 in our last 3. Now as we hit the middle of February, our squad is still looking great. 45-13. Now we're 46-13. We beat the Jazz. We beat the Lakers. Trailblazers are a tough team. We beat them, and we beat the Suns in back-to-back games. The Mavericks have no chance to beat us. The Trailblazers do get the best of us, and against the Spurs, we get the W. So I'm feeling good. We're already a 50-win team. We have around a month or so to play. We're going into the playoffs strong as long as we can finish out these last couple games against tough opponents and get the W. This could easily be like a 62-win team. If I can get a prediction right, this would be pretty dope. 61? 62? We're going to win more than 62. Look at this. Look how strong we're finishing out the season. We finished the season with a W, and Russell Westbrook gets the MVP. How happy do you think Westbrook is to have Kevin Durant back on the squad? Nearly 24 games, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 steals a game. Those are ridiculous numbers. Ben Simmons, of course, is going to win your Rookie of the Year award. Brandon Knight gets 6th Man of the Year, I feel like, every single year, so he goes ahead and grabs that. DeAndre Jordan, Defensive Player of the Year. CJ McCollum gets Most Improved Player, but if you average 25 points per game, that's huge for him. So shout out to CJ McCollum for getting that done. And Billy Donovan gets Coach of the Year. That's something I think will never happen in real life, but shout out to Billy Donovan for getting it done there and leading the squad to 65 wins. Now, Westbrook is going to be on the All-NBA first team, and as well as Kevin Durant. We brought him back for a reason, and he played extremely well. Happy to see both of those guys back on this. Now, this is the important part. We are the #1 seed. The pressure is on us. There's a bullseye on our back. Every team wants to defeat us. Can we hold out? I don't want to choke in the playoffs. Look on the East side, the Cavs are the #1 seed. The Warriors are the #7 seed. So without Durant, their team is messed up. So let's simulate this round to see if we can beat the Nuggets. We better beat the Nuggets. This cannot be a failure. It's championship or bust. So that's not looking good. That's not looking good.
Bruh.
This was a failed experiment. Kevin Durant should have stayed in the Warriors. This is horrible. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Hit the like button to share your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.